Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to After Credits and meet our newest member, Gizmo. Hi, buddy. Oh, he's so cute.
Hey everybody, I'm Liam.
I'm
Daniel. And I'm Steven. And we're here with me. And we're here with our review of Wind, the new film starring Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch. Directed by Taylor Sheridan, who wrote Hell or High Water and Sicario. This film, it's a crime, mystery, FBI thriller. Elizabeth Olsen plays an FBI agent who is investigating a murder that takes place on an Indian reservation in Wyoming. Jeremy Renner is a local hunter who ends up helping her sort of solve...
Track these guys.
Yeah, he's a tracker. He helps them solve this murder. Daniel, what did you think of this movie?
I like this movie better than Sicario, but not as much as Hell or High Water. This is Taylor Sheridan's debut as a director, and it shows that he's the writer too, because I think there's so many ideas that are left from the page in the movie, and not all of them are developed great. The dialogue is preachy. This movie could be titled Jeremy Renner and the Escort Mission. This movie has great ideas for a thriller, but it never really focuses and lands on one thing, because half the time you just want to follow Jeremy Renner around because he's a fucking badass.
He's like a vigilante.
Yeah, I was sitting there suggesting Jeremy Renner in Vigilante Hunter. Instead of Jeremy Renner being a jaded wildlife hunter, you replace him with being a jaded ex-Special Forces. You could have titled this movie The Bourne Legacy, and I would have been fine with that. This is a better Hawkeye solo movie than we would ever get.
If only had used a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he would have used a bow, yeah, and it totally would have fit in this
Oh my
kind
god,
of
if
movie.
he had a bow and he's picking off those dudes.
Yeah.
Oh man, it would have been fucking great.
Steven, what do you think of the movie?
It was good. I didn't know anything about it before I saw it.
Yeah.
So it surprised me whenever it opened up,
Yeah.
and I liked it.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner he did a great job.
Yeah.
And the whole movie was pretty suspenseful and good.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I thought it was very suspenseful. Jeremy Renner was great. I was intrigued by the mystery element of it. My one thing is like, I thought Elizabeth Olsen was good. I just didn't find her believable as an FBI. She looks like
she went past.
she looks
the
like
FBI.
a fucking like college kid. If you're going for like a sexy FBI agent, you can.
She's not a sexy FBI agent in this
pretty
movie.
much
What-
a sexy FBI
She's not
agent.
supposed to be a sexy
She's
FBI
not
agent.
supposed to
Taylor
be.
Sheridan just has a shot of her putting pants on, showing her ass in a black
Yeah.
thong.
Yeah.
I remember
Like,
that,
come on,
that
man.
scene happened. Daniel turned to me, and he's like, "They didn't need to include that." And I was like, "Yes, they did."
Yeah.
If she went to a bar, I'd card her. Like,
If she came into a theater to watch this movie, you'd card her.
I don't. I think she
just
looks.
I guess part of it is her character's supposed to be like inexperienced.
Yes.
But she just like, and again, it's like she's like 28. It's like, it's not about how old you are. It's about how old you look.
Elizabeth Olsen doesn't act that young.
She looks young.
I don't think she does. I think she looks 25. The character is so inexperienced that it makes you think that she looks young.
I had only seen like one trailer for this, and it made it look like it was Elizabeth Olsen was like the lead character, but like right away you figure out, oh, it's Jeremy Renner's story. American Hustle is a great performance, but this might be like, he has some really, like, there's a scene where he like kind of breaks down. He's telling Elizabeth Olsen something. And it's like this is one of the best performances I've seen from him. I'm not saying it's the best movie he's in. Like, I definitely prefer like The Town, American Hustle, or like the first Avengers movie, something like
He
that.
did really good standalone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite dramatic performance I've seen from him. Comedic would be American Hustle every day.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Renner performance is American Hustle, just because he portrays that character so
These
well.
two are like tied.
I noticed a lot that it was taking elements of both of Sheridan's previous work. You've got the FBI rookie agent, or the outsider element from Sicario with Emily Blunt. I mean, Emily Blunt is sort of like the FBI agent in that situation. She's dealing with the local. Instead of Benicio del Toro, it's Jeremy Renner. And then you've got the social message from Hell or High Water, which instead of, ooh, bailout is bad and we hate banks, it's, ooh, Native Americans, save them.
Yeah.
And
No, just the women.
I find now that after watching this movie, the things I love about Hell or High Water, I'm leaning towards David Mackenzie rather than the script, because I feel like a lot of the dialogue is exposition heavy. It's a lot of Jeremy Renner stops in the middle of the movie to give somebody a speech about what they should be doing or how living out in the frozen wasteland sucks because no opportunities and blah.
I would agree with
Yeah.
that, but I think that Jeremy Renner is such a great actor that it didn't distract me from the movie. Any scene that he's in is just interesting because he has like this power on screen.
It makes you feel like he actually knows what he's talking about.
Maybe I was more jaded about that because I was watching this movie and planning the rest of it out. They'll introduce locations that could be places where they need to check out a suspect. I'm like, okay, we're gonna hit that place first and then that place. And then we're gonna find out this happens, and then I'm waiting for the moment where Jeremy Renner breaks down and reveals what we need to go. It felt very A to B to C to D, and maybe I was more jaded about that than y'all because I wasn't as wrapped up in Renner's performance. And while I think it's great, and while I think it is commendable and probably one of his best roles ever, the plot is just like standard, and I've kind of seen this
Predictable.
before. Yeah. So let's go into spoilers. Spoiler alert! If you want to skip to our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars, you can click on the time code above Gizmo here. And you can't click on it because YouTube's stupid on mobile. So go ahead and scroll to that time code and you'll get all of that. So, toi du unlit mattress.
They killed the Punisher.
And it's even more of a surprise because the movie introduces John Bernthal as part of a flashback, the point where Elizabeth Olsen is at the drill rig where all these guys have been staying, and it turns out the main suspect was living there. You have her knocking on this trailer for the new main suspect, who was the boyfriend's roommate, because you find the boyfriend dead, butt-ass naked, with a hawk eating his giblets.
Yeah, they were
Like, they showed you ass crack, they showed that hawk going in, I was like, "Ugh," that's like Roman level torture. It's fucking awful. When John Bernthal opens the door, I was like, oh shit, is he the bad guy? Like, that's amazing. John Bernthal's a great actor. The guy they do get to be the villain is just this drunk redneck. All of these guys just barge into the trailer. Drunk as fuck. He starts making lewd comments. John Bernthal's looking at the boss of everybody and be like, dude, get this guy fucking away from my bunk. Get the guy away from my bunk. And then they start getting into a fist fight. He's hamming it up so hard because he's supposed to act drunk and he's really goofy. And I'm sitting there just looking at him. I'm like, I kind of wish the roles were reversed. Following rape that happens, it's pretty up and personal. Like, you see it from her perspective. You see, you know, her butt naked as the guy's into her. And because he's so goofy, it kind of took me out of the movie. Whereas if it would have been Bernthal, I would have been horrified.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear John Bernthal say something like, take it, like, you're not so proud now, bitch. When you hear that from Bernthal, you get chills down your spine. When you hear it from this guy, you know he's a hick who's just going to get it. And I don't like what they did with Gil Birmingham, who plays the victim's father. Because, one, that wig looks goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then there's this weird fucking scene where he first fucking where Elizabeth Olsen first fucking meets this guy. She's trying to talk to him about what he knows, and they're both being standoffish to each other. She's gonna go talk to the wife. She walks in, and the wife, just from like elbow to wrist, just fucking cutting herself.
Yeah, like
And then
and hand too.
yeah, it's like something. It's like a jump scare out of a horror movie. She just closes the door, looks at looks at the Gil Birmingham and the police chief. They're just kind of like standing
Yeah, the
there.
police chief is just it happened.
Like,
like something out of South Park.
That police chief, what is his name?
God, I think his name is Ben, the character in the movie.
He gave 0 fucks. He's like, yeah, I've seen this all before.
It's like she
5
fucking
times.
stubbed her toe on Tuesday, decided to slit her neck down to the white meat. Like, come on, man. Go help this lady out. Restrain her?
Yeah, right?
Jesus Christ. She fires like
Yeah,
6
she
fucking
puts,
shots into this guy.
It's like Mass Effect.
And she, no, but even then, she's sitting there like, we have to get this guy to the hospital. He's still alive. And the
And
cop's just like, yes,
Yeah.
the hospital's like an hour away. He's not gonna make it. And then of course 2 minutes later, he's like,
Yeah,
and he just goes, yeah.
I was expecting
Time to go get lunch, boys.
boys.
One of the best parts of the movie happens, and it made me think, I want this entire movie to be about Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Because he grabs a shovel, and then the
Yeah.
2 guys try to escape, and he just
He got both
like
of
a
them
zombie
with
movie.
one hit.
He did!
He got
It's
both of
like
them
the
just with
shovel
one hit
hit
with
that
the
guy's
shovel.
head, and then it knocked his head into the other guy's head and knocked them both out.
Oh, that was amazing.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
He's wearing a cowboy
yeah,
hat.
Yeah, he has the cowboy out and his silver revolver.
It's so
Dude, that's
fucking
amazing.
badass, and it makes me want this movie just to be about Jeremy Renner fucking pissed off solving a crime.
One thing that bugged me was, like, they show his kid, and then, like, he's in there for, like, the first part of the movie, and then nothing. You see the kid and his, what, ex-wife?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
ex-wife at their house, and then he takes the kid to the Indian reservation, and then
They find a dead body.
they find a
Right.
dead body. He comes back, talks to the kid, and he's like, I'm only gonna be here for like a couple hours. You never see,
Yeah,
that,
you
kid
never
again.
see that kid again.
And
After-
like days happen. He goes back to his ex-wife, so it's like, did he just decide to like drop the kid off real quick
Yeah, right,
and like
like-
ignore? It was so jarring, especially with how many scenes he had of like, when you're a parent,
Yeah.
you can't blink, you can't leave your eyes. I'm
You-
like, where the fuck is your
At
child?
the beginning of the movie, I expected, like, oh, this kid's gonna get taken by the murderer.
Yeah.
And then you just never see the kid again. And you're like,
Okay, the
Okay,
kid's just
yeah.
like hanging at the house
The
playing
kid.
video games or something. They also imply that Jeremy Renner's daughter may or may have not got like raped and killed
Yeah.
the same way by the same. It's not by the same person.
no.
Yeah,
Maybe
that was
it
one
was a
thing.
weird.
I was
scene.
kinda
Yeah,
hoping-
you don't know, like, what actually happens to her. You just know she dies.
Yeah.
The backstory they give is like unusually grim for the setup they give it. The parents went off one night to have fun by themselves and they left her alone at the house. She had a party and then that small shindig grew like gigantic and then they just found her
Like 20
like,
miles away.
yeah, in the mountains somewhere, and you're sitting there like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
is it the same guy that's been doing the? Because the way that she was found is eerily similar
Yeah.
to how the other girl was found, and you're like, is this a serial rapist? The way they hint at it, I thought it was something like Jeremy Renner was driving in the car, and then he got in an accident, and then she died, and then blah 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 blah. But
Yeah.
no, it's unusually gruesome.
Yeah, that could have been fleshed out, I guess.
It could have just been rewritten because I think it's kind of distracting.
That dude who dies, I do like the way he dies,
It's
but
true.
it's so pathetic.
I
Yeah.
did lean over to you because I thought something awesome was gonna happen, like because I wanted this movie to be more like a Steven Seagal action-y Jeremy Renner is badass movie. And wouldn't it have been awesome if on that mountain he just cut the guy's ropes loose and let him go for confessing all of his crimes and what he did. And then those fucking mountain lions from before would have shown up.
Oh, yeah, the mountain lions he's hunting.
If they would have just started attacking him, that would have been one of the greatest movie deaths I would have ever seen in my
I didn't even
entire
think about
life.
that.
Can we all agree that Gil Birmingham at the end of the movie, when he puts on that fucking Indian war paint, makes you
Yeah,
laugh your
right?
fucking ass off?
The part that made us all laugh is when I was like, yeah, I gotta go pick up my son. I gotta get all this shit off my face.
I'm sitting there like, why did you put it on your face to begin with?
He's like, I was gonna kill myself, but then I got a call for my son.
If you scroll to the time code, welcome back to the non-spoiler section and scores out of 6 stars for Wind River.
I kept thinking there are great ideas in this movie, but the execution's kind of sloppy. I really wish the writer, Taylor Sheridan, wouldn't have directed this. If this would have been David Mackenzie's next project, I would have been completely down with it. And I think Mackenzie has the way to just kind of like find the bits of Sheridan's script that works and make it a tighter movie, more focused. Jeremy Renner needs a goddamn action series. And you know the man is trying. He's trying with Hawkeye. He's tried with Mission Impossible. He tried with Bourne. If you're gonna remake some Seagal movies, just put Renner in it and make it.
It's like
straight.
Die Hard in a bowling alley with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
He's throwing bowling balls at motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He has a dude tied to the end of like the bowling thing, the place where you roll the bowling balls, and he's like tied at his neck down at the end. He just puts the bowling ball and it goes and hits the motherfucker in the head.
Can you
Let's start
imagine,
this.
like in that dirty cop movie, you'd have Carl Urban holding this victim down. Jeremy Renner just grabs a lamp without a shade, and he brands the motherfucker, and you see the like symbol from the like GE branded on the guy's chest. There's enough in this movie that I like that I can recommend it. It's not enough to say I like it, but I'm gonna go 3.5 out of 6. There's a lot of Jeremy Renner basically made this a positive recommendation.
Yeah.
I would agree with a lot of that. I thought this movie had some great performances by Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen's butt. The performances were really good. Jeremy Renner, gave I think one of his might be my favorite performance he's ever given. He was really convincing dramatically. He totally captured this character. I thought the mystery element was great. It got really, really suspenseful by the ending. It's a pretty brutal movie, and it's not something I necessarily watch again because there's some pretty tough stuff to get through. But I thought, for what it's worth, I thought it was a really, really well done movie. I'm gonna go pretty big on this. Actually, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 6.
I really like the movie for just walking in, just knowing the name. The end part with the standoff was really well done, and Jeremy Renner was phenomenal.
Yeah.
He was he's just a badass in that movie.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it 4 out of 6.
Okay. So we have
An HK verdict of 4.16 out of 6 stars.
1.7.
If y'all like this video, go ahead and click on the like button below. Next to that is the subscribe button where you can be the first to find out whenever new videos pop up. Also remember to click the bell icon because that'll actually give you the notifications.
The best icon in the history of icons.
We've got
Ending this video.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you want to follow us and check us out on news there. This man's got a blog, liamgahan.wordpress.com. Our friend Noah is the Cinema Geek on Instagram. And also on Instagram, check out Minor 17 Film Facts. Our friend Jacob is a runner of this Instagram account where
really?
he does
Nice.
daily film facts. And they're actually really, really fun. So go ahead and check out his shit too. I'm
Nice.
going to plug it here. We have both moved to the same town, but we've moved. So we don't have internet. We're broke as shit. We're trying to pay the rent. So videos have been sporadic recently. Viewer's choice still exists. We are still doing Goodfellas next. I have to plan that.
Try to see Logan Lucky.
Definitely. We're definitely going to see that. That movie looks great.
That movie's gonna be.
I heard that described as Southern Fried, and I was like, fuck yes.
And then, in September we have,
We have it.
well, we have 9/11.
We have 9/11 the same weekend. I really hope we get 9/11 so bad. I cannot believe I just said that. Out of context, that sounds horrible.
The next video that comes out, the FBI, they're just gonna bust in.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we got
yeah.
Elizabeth
Don't
Olsen's
worry.
butt's
Well-
gonna come in arrest him.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen's butt's gonna fly in like a shotgun shell. Just her butt, like, I was like, oh my god, it's so firm.